And I asked a question to the screen. I already know the answer to this, but the question is, how do you know if you've conditioned somebody? It's a good question to ask yourself.
Sure.
Because realistically, sometimes you've done something, and you could be taking advantage, and then you just don't know, and then you don't take advantage at all, right? So right now, I've taken advantage quite a few times that you're neutral air dodging out of my combos, right? I actually neutral air dodge out of yours, and I continued to do that, and you didn't take advantage right away. For me, I did it right away. There's another air dodge right there, right? So I go like this, the air dodge happens, and I come down, and I get a grab or an uptick or something, right? Roll, yep. So I did that earlier on the left side as well. And I'm conditioning the roll by pressuring the ledge, right? I'm pressuring the ledge to make you think that I'm going to hit you right here, and either try and get away from me with the roll or tech if you have to tech, right? Whether or not that's what you're thinking, that's what's happening. That's why I'm getting those roll covered, roll punishes.
Again. Yeah, I think it's whatever. Well, for me, it's like if you're off stage and I'm on the ledge, I always want to roll to get, I guess, more distance. I'm not even sure. I notice I want to do that every time.
And it's something that I'm just pulling out of you, whether you like it or not, or whether you want to or not. But it's a test that I'm going to put into your, I guess, subconscious to say, I'm going to attack the ledge, and you're going to try and tech this. And just based on how Smash is designed, tech and roll are the same button, right?
Right.
So I'm putting a hitbox on the corner of the stage. Bears come out of the corner. You hit me with that quite a few times. So it makes sense why you would do that, right? At least to me. Because in the last game, you hit me with fair out of the corner probably 3 or 4 times, right? I never died from it, but it's like, okay, it's a good get off me. When I jump in, you're stopping me. So I'm just going to dash back, use the fact that I have the whole stage, let you land in front of me, and I smash, get the kill, right? All good, though.
The one thing I've kind of been struggling with a lot lately is I actually feel like I've entered a bit of a slump with Smash in general or just playing in general. Now, my only real metric is like online quick play, but it's the best metric I have.
Okay.
And when I first started doing these lessons, like what I think I realized, and I could be kind of like recognizing my own issues and stuff, but I felt like I basically had my game plan and it either worked or wouldn't work, and I won or didn't win. Like I wouldn't necessarily really pay too much attention to what my opponent was doing or even what I was doing was working. So I've started now to really try to go backwards on that. Like note, well, how do they tend to respond if they are, say, in disadvantage? Or if I am doing something and it's not working, what can I do to change that up?
Okay.
And I think focusing on that is really, like, I think I play too passively almost now. Or something, but I've definitely like slumped off pretty hard on like just how well I feel like I am doing. And I'm having a hard time figuring out how to navigate that.
So this is where the habits come out. I've talked about this in the past too. I don't think it was with you, but when you're watching somebody's habits or you're trying to condition somebody a certain way, you don't have to memorize every single thing that they do. Pick your favorite things to capitalize on, or maybe the only things you know how to capitalize on, right?
Right.
And then from there, formulate your playstyle around that. So let's say, for example, you're very good at catching, I don't know, people rolling, right? Let's just say you're very good at catching someone rolling. So if you see that somebody is doing something like, I don't know, going like this and then rolling away, if you know that's coming, then punish just that. Right?
Right.
So I'll say, okay, if he's gonna go like this, then roll. You know you don't have to shield or throw an attack right away. You can say, as soon as I roll, let's say I go like this. If I'm gonna roll, if you're right here, you just run up and up smash B, or dash forward and F smash, or you side B, get some sort of combo of some sort, right? There's tons of other habits that they might be doing that you're missing, but you don't need to pick up all of them, right?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible I'm trying to pay attention to too much. And overwhelming myself, which might also be why I feel very slow with trying to pay attention to it.
Yeah, you might be it's almost like a sensory overload where it's like there's so many things happening, and I'm glad you used the word overwhelm, because it's really what it is. It's like I can't keep track of everything. It's like, I don't know, back in high school or college where it's like I have so much homework to do, I'm just gonna do none. Because I don't know what to do, and it's just overwhelming to even think about starting, so I'm just gonna do none of that. Right? That might not have been you, but that was definitely me.
Sure.
You know, so it can be the same thing for this, where it's like I'm watching so many habits or trying so hard that you just freeze up, right? Or you start making bad decisions because you're trying to catch everything at the exact same time, right? And it's just impossible. It's too overwhelming for yourself. So, like, even for me, let's say the main, like, real life examples of, like, in our last couple of games, I'll say the main habits that I paid attention to were the air dodge out of my up tilt, right? The rolling from the ledge, if I tried to do like a back air, so rolling from the ledge. And also if you made it on stage, doing a fair from the corner. That's just 3, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
there's a lot of other things that happened that I didn't punish. Or maybe I punished them just out of reaction one time.
Sure.
Right? It's like, okay, he did this one thing, like let's say you up tilted, and then I hit you, and then that was it. So was it a habit that you up tilted? Or is it just a good play on my part that I just happened to catch the end leg of your move? Right? I didn't say, oh, he's probably going to up tilt right now, and then I just did something like that. It's possible. Maybe I didn't pay attention to the roll habit. Maybe I just completely let you get on stage for free every single time, and I paid attention to something else, right? So I'd say try and pick 2 or 3 habits, and that's typically all you really need as, I guess, your foundation to start winning more games, right? And they can be the same 3 aspects of the game for every person that you fight, right? When you do your up tilt combo, what do they do to get out of it? If you have someone in the corner, what is their go-to to get out of the corner? If you have somebody in shield, if you do a down air over their shield, what do? Right? Do they up B out of shield? Do they up smash out of shield? Do they try and grab you? Do they stay in shield? And then those can be your 3 things as far as your examples, or as your, I guess, your measuring stick to say, based on what they do out of those 3 situations, those are the 3 things we're going to capitalize on the most. And if they never adjust, then you're probably going to win. Dead? Okay. So you have a new habit that's
Falco's not gonna.
So
He's in my shield at the.
Okay, he's
Oh,
cheating.
take that!
He's literally cheating. But yeah, I was gonna say the new habit that's happening now is you're doing neutral get up into shield, right? Which is not necessarily bad, right? You're doing neutral get up into shield, then you're throwing out like a down tilt or like a forward tilt, and you're not doing this, right? So 2 new habits came out instead. So the first habit really before was just rolling on stage if I was going like this to try and hit you, right? If I stopped doing that, then you weren't rolling, which I had to pay attention to. Okay, if I'm not going to try and force the roll, what's he do when I don't make you do that or force you to do that? So if I just stand here and say I'm going to cover the roll outright, do you just neutral get up? Do you get up attack? Do you jump from the ledge with an aerial? Like something like that? Like what do? And you're doing neutral get up into shield, which is standard, which I probably do the same thing, right? And then from there, it was how long would he stay in shield, right? Would you jump out of shield immediately? Would he spot dodge, right? Like, would you go like, not like that, like this, out of shield? Or would you just drop shield and then start moving, right? So all that after the shield is only slightly important if I hesitate. If I know the second you're going to get up that you're just going to immediately shield, I can just run at you and go for that grab without thinking for a single second that I have to defend myself, right? It's another small thing, but as we are, I guess, progressing or evolving through the conditioning layers to say, okay, if I don't cover the roll, your go-to is get up into shield. If I am an experienced player or if I'm aspiring to be an experienced player, I need to know what to do if you do that, right? Because if I just go like this and let you get up and then fight me, it's like, okay, I could have gotten a free grab because you got up and shielded right away, right? Even if you get up and then you shield like that, right? That's still enough time because it's 11 frames to drop your shield. If I see that you're going to get up, if I'm reacting to this animation and then you go like this, if I'm right here and I dash in and go for a grab, it doesn't even matter if you flicker your shield for like a single tap, right? It's the fact that you hit your shield button at all and you didn't get up and immediately spot dodge or immediately jab or something. Right. So yeah, just more and more layers, and it's good to see them coming out like this too. Right? Yeah, let's keep going. The attacker in this case, how do you get in without using fair? The main thing that you're going to want to do, and this is why Falco is a hard character, is you absolutely have to work on getting your grabs and whiff punishing when your opponent makes a mistake in front of you. How do you get your opponent to make a mistake in front of you? Well, what you're going to do is what I call, it is footsies, but I call it shading. So shading somebody is like staying right in front of them and throwing out your attacks like this, and as they move around with you, you're going to move with them. It's almost like you're pretending to fight me, or you're camping at close range. Is another way of thinking about it. I know people call it footsies, but for me, footsies is more so staying on the ground like this, right? And then going like this. This is more so footsies, even though it can be a down tilt, it can be a punch. Doesn't actually have to be my foot, but you get what I'm saying. But for shading, I consider that to be like, let's say if I just jump like this and get towards you like this, I'm not actually trying to hit you, right? I'm trying to get you to do something. So if I go like this and I see that you're gonna jump and land with like a fair, so as soon as I get to right here, you jump with a fair at me like this. As I come down like this, I come down with the down air and I do some sort of combo or bread and butter of some sort, right? It can be down air into up tilt into like an IDJ, something like that. Right? Whatever it might be. Right? But the idea is that I'm not going to force the issue with the fair because I want to just hit you. Right? I'm really not doing anything. If you think about it, I go like this. If you make a mistake, then I fight you. Right? If you go for a fair, let's say I go like this, then I land and come like this and get a grab, or I go like this, get a down tilt or an up tilt or something like that. You'll very rarely see me use fair in neutral, not because it's a bad move or because I just don't think about it, but because there's so many other things that are going to lead into better follow-ups than fair. Right? And also fair is not a safe move in neutral.
Right. No, I'm very aware it's not safe, which is why I'm trying to figure out how to like lean myself off of it so much. But like I said, I've been just, I'll keep giving this a shot, but I've been really struggling. Like I've been trying to incorporate the down air because we've talked about that, but I've been having a hard time feeling like I'm getting any usefulness out of it. And maybe the problem, I know the idea is not necessarily to hit the person, but maybe I'm having too hard connecting the dots after that. This like just hitting a person is a pretty simple concept.
Of course.
And I think maybe I'm having a hard time connecting the dots appropriately afterwards.
So as far as down air, we can talk a little bit about even what I do using down air. So hold shield for a second. I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but that's the main accomplishment I'm trying to do with down air, is land a hit on shield like that. If I land this far away from you, two things. If you try and grab me with a standing grab, you won't be able to get me, right? And if you try to fair out of shield, if I fade back and go like this and then I shield, or go like this and then I move, if you try and fair out of shield to hit me, you're gonna miss. Right?
And you'll get a punish off of that.
Yeah.
Most likely.
And if you go for your standing grab and you miss, go for a grab right now. Oh, hold on. Let me do the dare. Okay, ready? Yeah. So go like this, go for a grab, and I can grab your grab, right? It's a little bit slow because we're staging it, but that's one of the main ways to get a grab, right? Is to grab someone else's grab. Once they've missed, you have to force them into missing the grab because you're not just gonna do that for no reason, right? You're gonna grab because you believe that I'm gonna land on your shield, right? That's the main reason why anyone would ever go for a shield grab. Not like, if I'm just way over here, you're not going to hold shield and then hope that I just run at you, right? Like, that's not going to happen. It might.
Right.
But probably not.
Right? It happens sometimes, but it stops happening pretty quickly.
Yeah. So when I'm going for down air, I'm going like this. And also the other outcome would be, if you're in shield, let's say you jump out of shield. If I go like this, then you jump out of shield right into it, then I can also start a combo like that. Right?
Right.
Also, as a conditioning tool, when I'm using my down air, I'm not necessarily, like I said, I'm not trying to hit you at all. I'm just trying to get information. So I could go like this, you may shield, and then drop shield and then run away. In which case, I can't just run in and go for a grab, or go for a fair or a down tilt or anything, because now you've moved out of the way, right? And if I try and punish
push
you,
myself into the corner at that point.
Well, yeah, based on where we're doing this, but yeah, if we're over here, same thing, right? If you have space to move back, right? If I go like this, I'm paying attention to what you do. So on the first couple down airs, I'm never going to commit to, like, let's say down air dash attack. I'm never going to just do that, because let's say a down air over your shield and you just stay in shield, right? If you just stay in shield and then dash attack your shield, that's obviously bad. You get a grab and then you get a combo, right? So I'm going to go like this, and regardless of if I miss an opportunity to get a combo or some sort of punish, I'm not looking for my first opening on my first attempt. Like that. I want to see what you do, and that's going to give me some information for the future as well. So some other shield baits that I use quite a bit. We'll get into the game and I'll show you them.
Sure.
So there's this hypothetical stuff that we talk about all the time, and like the application of if this happens, you could do this or whatever. But ones that actually work quite well. There's some, actually 2 of them have to do with fair as well, which is nice. So it kind of lets you use fair a little bit more, but in a different way. So the first bait that I like to do a lot is I'll jump in front of somebody like this, and then as I'm coming down, at the very last second, go for a fair. Right? So I'm jumping at them like this to try and get them to do something out of shield, for example, or if they're right in front of me. So I'll do like the backflip and then like just barely land like that. Right? Just like that. Right? And it just works. I don't know why, it just works. Right? So it's something like, I don't know, I've done this in coaching sessions in the past where I'll like run and slide forward and then do a backflip like that, kind of. Right? So I don't know if it's just like the way that it looks is weird, but it just works. So then I come down like that. Just like that. Also, if you notice, you can get like fair 2, which is a very weird hitbox. It's not easy to get, but if you do happen to get it, you can get a grab. So if you get like, I don't know if I can do it on purpose, like that. Right? So if I can get that hitbox, it just drags you down on the ground, which isn't supposed to happen. But if you can get that hitbox, you can grab. I wouldn't say you want to go for that. I wouldn't say you want to go for that on purpose, but let's say, for example, if I do this bait where I go like this and I hit you like this, if I go for a grab right there and you get launched away, and nothing happens, right? I don't get punished. I don't miss, like nothing happens. Also, if I hit you with that fair and you get launched away, I can't follow up in any way. So if I throw out that grab, it's totally fine. If you get fair, or if I get fair 2 and you don't get launched away, I get a grab, right? So that's a mix-up I can go for as far as jumping, going for the fair. If we get grab, the jab 2, I can go for that grab, right? Besides that as well, the other mix-up I like to do, hold shield for a second. So if I go like this, then I fade back like that, and then F smash. It's very, very simple, but people see that this move, like fair, has a lot of landing leg, right? It does have a lot of landing leg, but if I fade it back like this, people drop shield all the time, and they just dash at you trying to get like a dash attack or a dash grab or run up down tilt or whatever. And then you pull back with your F smash, if they jump at you even, you catch them out of the air, and it has a lot of range, right? So, it's simple, but this catches people in the corner all the time, right? Fair, and then like fading back into F smash is great. Another bait I like a lot, these are mostly all on shield, by the way, right? If you're in shield, I'll go for this on your shield, just to see what you do, or I'll go for the down air, but go for the shield, like go for fair, you shield, or you might drop shield, go for a grab, whatever it might be. I can honestly say too, the closer you can get with your F smash, or I guess the closer you can get to grazing their shield with your fair and then fading back, the better. The only time you wouldn't want to do something super up close like that is if you're fighting a character with a huge up B out of shield, somebody like Charizard or Link, where if you fade back, they can still catch you with up B, or even Cloud, same thing, right? So fading back like this, getting your F smash. That was the second one. The third one that I really do like to use a lot is going for the down air over the shield, right? So going like this and then going for a grab, right? It honestly works so well, especially once people start to recognize how fast down air is, since it auto cancels, right? So if I throw out 2 of them, if you drop shield on the first one and you try and punish my landing, for example, the second one's going to hit you. So people will start to hold shield for at least 2 rotations of that, right? So now I can go down air like this into a straight grab because they're expecting another down air, right? Something like that. It works so well on shield.
But and this is probably changes from person to person, so I'm just curious how you personally handle some of these. How do you, like, let's say you have the issue like I currently am having, where I feel like I am not playing safe.
Have you really looked at Falco's frame data?
I have, yeah.
Okay. So,
well, my biggest issue tends to be not understanding enough of everyone else's frame data, because I don't know what moves I should be trying to punish. But my question is, for you personally, when you're trying to, say, incorporate something, how do you go about trying to make it part of your play? That's something I still struggle with, changing play. Let's say you realize you're punishing things, or attempting to punish things too much, and it's just not safe. And you want to try to I think I play better whenever I'm talking.
There you go.
But you're trying to change that about your playstyle, or say you're faring too much and you're trying to change that, although it's kind of ingrained. I have a hard time figuring out how to actually
So breaking the habits you're asking?
Yeah,
also?
I guess yeah, but how do you? Because that might change from person to person. So I'm curious how you personally approach that.
Would be analyzing your own gameplay, right? And seeing what you're getting hit for. So I've done that punish chart a very long time ago when I was playing the tournament against that Yoshi. It's like a 2-year-old video now. But the punish chart went over all my different habits as far as every time I got hit, I wrote down what I did, right? Or every time they escaped a situation or whatever it was, I wrote down what it was that I could have done better, right? And I didn't really write it down. I put like a check or an X or whatever to say how many times the same situation happened, right? So, oh, not like this, the triple grab. That was one thing. And then the last thing that you can do too is genuinely writing down your habits. And I've done this for another player as well a while ago. It's a Pikachu player. And we wrote down his habits saying, okay, what's a habit that you know that you have? And you'll be like, using T-Jolt from the corner to get on stage, right? So like trying to recover it like that with T-Jolt, right? So I say to him, okay, so why do you do that? And then he tries to verbalize to me why he thinks it's a good idea. And then I said to him, okay, so based on what you're trying to accomplish, that's totally fine. I get why you do it, but what happens, what's worst case scenario if it doesn't work? And then he'll say, okay, I get F smashed, grabbed, thrown off stage, hit with a dash attack, gets hit through, like somebody can use like a sword of some sort, like let's say a Lucina Fair or Marth Fair or something like that. They could hit through the T-Jolt and hit him, potentially kill him or send him back off stage, right? And then I say to him, okay, so based on what you're trying to do, based on what you're trying to accomplish, if you weigh that against the potential risk of failing it, is it worth going for? And I get him to say, based on if I'm successful, is it worth it? Or if I fail, is it not worth it? And more often than not, that really gets rid of habits quite quickly. When you actually get to explain to yourself almost.
I see.
Okay, so let's just say, if I go for T-Jolt from the ledge, I can get back on stage, I can do T-Jolt, drag down there into up smash and maybe get a kill. It's like, okay. You're also wasting your jump, you're in the corner, and you're jumping on stage to negate a ledge trap opportunity from your opponent, right? All of those things are bad, right? Wasting your jump, jumping on stage from the corner, and also trying to skip the ledge trapping phase. But if I land it, I get an air drag down into up smash, and I might get a kill. It's like, yeah, but if you don't land it, fair through your team.
I mean,
you're landing on their shield, you're getting hit out of your jump, you might be getting F smashed, all these things. So it's like, there's one potential good outcome for you. One potential good outcome if you land the Nair drag down off smash, and there's 5 potential bad outcomes if you're unsuccessful, right? And you can do that across the board for anything, right? It can be like, why am I trying to get grabs in the corner? It's like, well, if my opponent hits my shield unsafely, I can get a grab and get them off stage, and if I have a kill throw, I can just kill them, right? Stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's cool, but also if they bait out that grab in the corner, they can just F smash you or back air you, or dash attack you depending on the character, right? And then just kill you.
Right.
And also you have your back at the edge of the stage, so it's a very risky grab to go for because you can't back up anywhere, right?